The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it. Anti-Blackness exists in our community. We know this. Anti-Blackness also exists within the Black community itself. All communities of color struggle with this. And the reason why is what we all have in common. We were all colonized and trained to have a mindset of you versus me for survival. But that ends with us. We need to lead with unity and not division. We have to be the change we want to see. We have to stop pointing the finger in both communities and make the decision that we are going to choose to be united versus divided. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers, but here are examples of how you can show up differently and be the change you want to see. Number 1, share stories of solidarity. Share stories of love. Share stories of when you have experienced the Black or Latino community showing up in your spaces. We need to shift the narrative. Number 2, if your reality is division between the Black and Latino community and your goal is unity, then it is up to you to seek out examples of when the Latino and Black communities show up for one another, where they show love, where there is actual solidarity, because guess what? It exists. And if you need a place to start with me. I am happy to be a part of your network of Latinos who have nothing but love for our Black sisters and brothers. Number 3, ask your neighbors how you can be helpful. You need to lead with your heart in this moment. That is the only way that we are going to experience an actual shift. We have to show up as human beings. We have to show up vulnerable. We have to show up as the change that we want to see. Lastly, ask others to join you. Let's actually start in the comments. Share your stories of solidarity and love. If members of the Latino and Black community have a hard time seeing it, let's show them how it's actually done. I stand with my Black brothers and sisters, and I also stand with my Latino familia. But the change, it starts with us. I love you.
Dear Black Americans, please stop giving a pass to Latinos and Hispanics for using the N-word. Unfortunately, there is a lot of colorism and anti-Blackness within the Latino and Hispanic communities. So when they're using the N-word, it's not coming from a place of this Black and brown solidarity. What is actually happening is that they are calling you ignorant, nappy-headed, and a geek, okay? That's what's actually happening. So we shouldn't give them a pass to use slurs because it's coming from a place of hurt and being insensitive. Also, these particular groups of people within the Latino and Hispanic communities, even if they are considered so-called Afro-Latino, they do not want to be Black. They don't even want to be mistaken for Black. Therefore, they should not be allowed to say the N-word. So, you didn't know, but now you know, and yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing good. So there is this conversation between the Black and brown community, and we have Latinos saying that this tension between the Black and brown community needs to stop. The beef, they're saying that it needs to stop, but Black people are saying Latinos are not respecting boundaries. These people, the Latinos, they are the ones who are most of them are the brown community, and they disrespect Black Americans especially, and they like mentioning the N-word wherever. So it's not giving a good picture, and there is little solidarity between the two groups. So guys, it's being talked about in this video. Let me roll these clips. I'll be coming back with more commentaries. In case of any thoughts, kindly feel free to let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, stay tuned.
Why are Latinos asking Black people to join them in the protest? But last month, Black people asked Latinos to stop saying the N-word because Black people find it disrespectful when Latinos say the N-word. And Latinos were so offended that they started disrespecting the Black community. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to say something. If you've been following me for a while or have gone through my videos recently, you see that I'm constantly pushing for unity between communities. Majority of the Black people in the comments are stating how they get a lot of disrespect from the Latinos, and majority of the Latinos in my comments are actually really disrespectful to the Black community. And I've been pushing for unity because these protests are not where we're going to unite. There's something bigger to come where we need that unity. And something that I've been noticing during these protests is a lot of Latinos are asking the Black community for help. And when the Black community states how they don't want to, or they don't feel like they should, Latinos are disrespecting them with racial slurs. There's a video circulating on the internet where a Latina is yelling the N-word in a very derogatory form to a Black police officer. How is that helping our cause when we're asking the Black community to join us? There's videos on the internet where the comment section is full of hate from Latinos to Black people because the Black community doesn't want to join us on the protest. And while sure, I agree that this is everybody's fight, Latinos, we need to take responsibility and acknowledge the fact that this is our fault. I find it very ghetto and disrespectful for us to be saying the N-word. I find it very disrespectful for us to be even saying the M-word, that stands for Beatles in Spanish. And while I am going to have a lot of people in the comments saying that this is all politics and about the Latinos for Trump BS, this has nothing to do with politics because it is before Trump took office. We were put against each other back in the 1970s and the 1980s. And we're a product of that now because it was our parents that were put against one another. Why? Must I remind you that back in the 1960s when we were all united, we actually got things done, like the Civil Rights Act movement. Latinos tend to forget that Black people, the Black community, were out protesting for field worker rights, immigration rights with us. And the Black community tends to forget that there were Latinos marching with Martin Luther King Jr. down to the point that we do have a statue for MLK in Mexico because MLK was a huge impact in the Latino community. And while I do not agree with Cesar Chavez and the stuff that he did to the immigrants in the United States, Cesar Chavez, amongst many other Latinos, were marching with MLK. Black Panthers were protecting Mexicans, while Black Panthers also helped start the Brown Berets. We have a lot of history together, and this is why divided we stay conquered, because together we get things done. So no, I'm not asking the Black community to come out and march with us, to protest with us, because this is something small compared to whatever is about to come. I'm asking the Latino and the Black community to take accountability for whatever we have going on and start asking yourselves, why have we been put against each other? And why have some of us actually gone along with the way that they want us against each other? Why is there hate amongst each other when we've done nothing but unite in the past and get things done? Where does this hate come from? I've had my fair share of experiences with racist people in the past, but those people do not define the communities that they come from for me. There's always going to be racists within each community. So to my fellow Latinos, we've needed unity for a long time from other communities, and now we're reaping the consequences of us being hateful towards other communities. We even have hate within ourselves. And until we take accountability and change that, no one's going to come out to our rescue. Food for thought.
This man breaks down why there will never be Black and brown unity. Check it out.
It is impossible for us to come together with Black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-Black. Meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and Black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. Is that we, as a people that have been anti-Black for a couple of hundred years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince Black people about brown and Black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-Black.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You know who else they don't bring home? Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Latinos, anything Black, they not bringing home. That's why you see these Afro-Latinos doing circus tricks and tap dancing to be accepted by these Latinos. I mean, the whole thing is Mijares La Raza. It's a white in the race. Where do you fall into that, right? Then you have blanco whitening, more whitening. The whole Latino culture is white-centered. So where do any Blackness fall in under that, right? Even if you consider Afro-Latino, you really don't fall into that. So, I mean, we're not surprised, right? I just appreciate that he was being transparent and really broke it down because this is deeply rooted into centuries of ideology, right? You have people browner than Black people, Black Americans thinking that they're white. Like, it's wild out here, right? And, I just bring that up because how we view them and how they view themselves is through two totally different lenses. They see themselves as white, even the brown ones. So, yeah, he broke it down and I appreciate his transparency. The whole goal of Mijares La Raza is to lighten the race, to extract all the Blackness from it, right? Anything that's not Euro features is primitive. So where do you as a Black or Afro-Latino fall into that? You don't.
As you continue watching, guys, the Black Americans are now finally speaking up about this issue that's been simmering for years. Tensions with the Latino communities and why true Black-brown unity often feels out of reach. So that is why today we're just diving into these conversations, unpacking the frustrations and asking the hard questions. Why is unity so difficult and what is really getting in the way? Anyway, guys, let's get into this remaining clip. I'll be coming back with more commentary. Stay tuned.
It is xenophobic to sit here and tell a Black person that's not Black American that they're not Black. That's very xenophobic. And it's crazy how I have to keep explaining this to people in the comments of those two videos, but no, we did not start jacking black because it became a trend, guys. You gotta understand, when immigrants from those countries come here, they're told that black here means you're black American. In their country, they do not see color. You gotta understand, in those countries, I cannot speak for Afro-Latinos countries. I can't speak for the black Panamanians. The black Panamanians know they was always black. In the Caribbean countries, those countries are literally majority black. They are not minorities in their country. So you sitting here telling them in their face, you're not black, when you can obviously see that they are, and they know that they are racially, but ethnically that they are wherever they're from is xenophobic as fuck. And the fact that I have to even sit here and explain this and y'all not seeing it as being disrespectful is crazy to me. Like, come on now. Like, stop with the hate shit. Stop with the violence shit. Like, at the end of the day, we all fucking black. Like, yeah, we from different backgrounds, you know, but at the end of the day, we're all black. Stop with the bullshit. Like, once we understand each other, this whole war would end, because it's just stupid. It's really stupid.
You know, guys, for decades, Black and Latino communities have shared neighborhoods. They have shared schools, workplaces, and struggles. In theory, there is so much potential for solidarity, but in practice, it has not always worked that way. Many Black Americans feel that there is a lack of respect, acknowledgement, and understanding from some Latino communities when it comes to Black history, when it comes to achievements and challenges. Yes, so people have shared stories online and in their communities about everyday microaggressions, cultural misunderstandings, and instances where Black voices are dismissed. Some say that even when there is a shared struggle, anti-Black attitudes or disrespect from certain Latino individuals can make collaboration feel impossible. It's these experiences that spark frustration and slow the momentum towards genuine unity. Yes, part of the tension comes from different cultural narratives. While Latino communities face their own challenges, Black Americans feel that anti-Blackness within these spaces is often overlooked. And when these issues aren't addressed openly, it creates a gap in trust and understanding. Respect is not just a word here. It's the foundation of working together. Yes. So what's the solution? You know, many Black voices are saying that unity must start with honesty, acknowledging anti-Black attitudes, addressing disrespect, and creating safe spaces for open dialogue is the first step. Unity is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about confronting uncomfortable truths and moving forward with respect. Yes, you know, Black-Brown unity is possible, but it requires respect. It requires honesty and willingness to listen to each other's experiences. What do you think, guys? Are these tensions something that can be solved, or do they run deeper than we realize? Guys, I just need your comments below with your thoughts, but remember to keep it respectful, because this is just a beginning. What do you think about this? Because this is why I decided to make this video while I was perusing through the social media, because we just have unfiltered conversation. The Black Americans are speaking openly about these growing tensions with Latino communities and why true Black-Brown unity continues to struggle. We have heard even across the social media, many Black voices are calling out what they see as a lack of respect, lack of accountability, and acknowledgement of Black American history, culture, and struggles. So we have dived into these real concerns being raised online and in everyday conversations, from the cultural disrespect and anti-Black attitudes to competition narratives, the immigration debates, and the misunderstandings that keep communities divided. So while unity is often talked about, this discussion asks the hard question: can unity exist without mutual respect? So guys, Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let us explore how what media narratives say. Let's talk about the politics and silence on anti-Blackness within Latino spaces, which are fueling frustration and pushing Black Americans to finally speak their truth. Guys, it is not about hate, it's about honesty, accountability, and addressing uncomfortable realities that many are afraid to discuss. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Share your thoughts respectfully and join the conversation. Guys, of course, all credit belongs to the original creators of the video, and this video is meant for educational purposes and commentary purposes as well. Be blessed. Kindly like the video, share the video widely for it to get a wider audience, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss on the next one.